Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Polk County Girl, and in this book review video, I'm going to be talking about 50 Foods That Changed the Course of History. 50 Foods That Changed the Course of History is by Bill Price. See his name right there. This is a book that the library I work in has, and as the collection development librarian, I love buying books about the history of food and how food has influenced society over the years. So I don't remember if this is a book I bought because we actually bought it in 2017 before I became acquisitions librarian. So I don't know if I picked it out and it got ordered. I can't go back that far. But anyways, this book, as you can tell from the title, it's not the top 50 foods, but it's 50 foods that the author believes and feels that have influenced the course of history. And I'm going to open up and show you the table of contents. And some of these I agree with. Some of them I knew I'd heard before and read other places, like chocolate and spices and Coca-Cola, that type of thing. But other things like Pacific salmon and Roquefort cheese and Spartan black broth. So it's very interesting. So here's the first page. If you guys want to pause. And here's the second page. Hopefully that's coming through clear. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm really surprised that it calls out vindaloo specifically instead of just Indian curry in general. But like I said, I've read the book. It was a really good book. So if you're interested in food history and all that, I recommend reading this. My friend Charlotte, who is she's a student of archaeology. She doesn't have her degree yet, but she's really into archaeology. She looked through it the other day and said, okay, with as extensive as this list is trying to be, why aren't milk and eggs on this list? But she could have been being sarcastic. I can't tell sometimes. So yeah. What was really interesting is like the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like the last 9 of them, this list right here, 6 of them are from America. Coca-Cola, Bird's Eye frozen fish, Swanson TV dinner, Campbell's soup, Starbucks coffee. The order that it goes in is chronological-ish. So everything from Coca-Cola, so the last 9, Coca-Cola, hamburger, Anzac biscuits, Bird's Eye frozen fish, Swanson TV dinners, Campbell's soup, Starbucks coffee, powdered milk, and golden rice, all of those are World War I and on. Everything else, it starts with woolly mammoth. So it goes back as far as it can. And it tries to do it in chronological order, but I call it more chronological-ish. Because they have tea. I'm not going to sit here and count, but I think it's close to number 30. And tea's been used in China for thousands of years. I know everybody thinks of Britain when you think tea, but Britain's only had tea for a couple hundred years. And they stole it from China. If you don't believe me, read the book for all the tea in China. But I digress. So yeah, this is, like I said, really interesting book. The chapters range from about 2 pages to about 8 pages. Coca-Cola, corn, and sugar. Those 3 for sure are longer, 6 to 8 pages, but everything else. And this is what the pages kind of look like. What's really neat is they have this, you know, was the origin, approximate date, and type, you know, is it a stew, is it a large mammal? And then it has 5 points that it likes to point out. Is it cultural, social, commercial, political, or military? And because some of these things were designed for military purposes and being able to feed soldiers during war efforts. So, I mean, it is really interesting. Woolly Mammoth actually happens to be one of the longer chapters. But it is, I can't stop saying that it's interesting because it really is. What's also really nice is that the author gives a further reading list, which is also doubles as his bibliography in the back of the book. So I'm just going to hold some of these up. Hold this up. It's a nice list, as well as a website list. That's right there. I read through the further reading lists, and I've read 3 of the other books on this list, so that kind of, I like that. And as you can see, I have a note here to myself to make a copy of these pages once I get back to work for collection development purposes. Okay? So, 50 Foods That Changed the Course of History by Bill Price. I almost said William Price, which might be correct, but he goes by Bill. By Bill Price. I will link it down in the description box below to Amazon. All right, if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.